Hello again YouTube, welcome back to another Civilization 5 war tutorial. Once again I am fighting as the Russian Empire, and in this episode I'm going to be fighting the Ottomans, which occupy the northern half of North America. And I'm also going to be fighting the Japanese, which occupy part of North America and most of South America here. I've got my forces bunched up here. I'm gonna defeat this one city that's actually on the Asian continent from Mongolia, and then my other forces are bunched up here. I'm gonna try to kind of squeeze Mongolia from both sides and then move my forces down onto the Japanese capital here of Kyoto. The Mongolians have built up their air force. They've got atomic weapons, they've got fighters, they have, what else do they have? More atomic weapons, more fighters, guided missile. And the Japanese, one or two aircraft, but mostly their navy is what they've been kind of concentrating on. They've got probably about 7 or 8 destroyers, which might give me a hard time here in the Atlantic, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. I mean, there's really no way to plan this out. It's just I'm just going to have to feel my way through and see how I can get onto this continent. My main focus is just getting a foothold, getting all my forces on the land, and then see what happens. I mean, first, you know, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take out as much of Mongolia's aircraft as I can. Like these atomic bombs are definitely going to have to go. I mean, I can't have that looming over me. I have to take care of those first. But luckily I've got enough bombers and atomic bombs on my own that it shouldn't be a problem. I'm going to try to showcase a little bit of a different tactic with my navy that I normally do. I normally do just destroyers and aircraft carriers, but now I'm going to try to do something that I haven't used at all, which is nuclear submarines. I've realized here recently that nuclear submarines are great for getting really close with a nuclear weapon, sneaking up under the ice if needs be, and getting up real close to the cities and nuking them with a nuclear missile from the nuclear submarine. I've got 2 nuclear missiles here on this nuclear submarine, and I'll use them. They actually have better range than the atomic bombs, or the bombers, which carry the atomic bombs. And I should be able to reach most of these cities here with these nukes. I've also got nukes here. I've got 2 here on this aircraft carrier on this side, and I've got 2 on this aircraft carrier, and I've got a nuclear missile on this is something that I haven't used either, is a what is this called, a missile cruiser. I have never used one of these, and come to find out they're pretty useful. They carry guided missiles or nuclear missiles, so I'll mainly use this missile cruiser to ferry my guided missiles across, because I got submarines here, and I'll just ferry from here, from the land to the missile cruiser, and then to my submarines to be able to use those guided missiles all throughout this continent. So that's my plan anyway. It never goes exactly according to plan. There's always monkey wrenches, but I'll see what happens. Main thing right now is just getting rid of all his aircraft. The Japanese are really not that big of a deal right now. Only once I get onto the land, I'll probably have to start fighting them up through here, but right now it's just a matter of keeping them from attacking me with all these embarked units that they have here. But I've got enough destroyers out through here that I don't think they'll be that dumb. If they are, I'll be glad. You know, I'll be able to pick them off easily. But let's just see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and declare. Another thing I need to mention is, even though they do have a sizable force together, I use my usual tactic of I use my usual tactic of offering them a bunch of resources for gold, and they gave me all their gold, and they're in the negative gold production. So, which means that with every turn they lose units because they're in the negative gold because of the maintenance cost. They have a lot of military, but they'll be losing units left and right because they're in the negative gold, and that's going to help me out on the long term. He's got negative 41 gold per turn. I'm going to go ahead and declare on him. Yeah, I think I hurt his feelings. And Genghis Khan, he's a lot worse off. He's negative 271 gold. He'll lose countless units per turn, you know, just because of that. And I did the same thing with him. I offered him a bunch of resources for his gold reserves, and he'll never see any of that. So that's just something that I wanted to show you guys. It's a really good tactic. Let me just get rid of all these notifications. That's just all the city-states and all the deals that were cancelled because I'm a sneaky person. First thing I want to do is I want to get rid of his nuclear capability, especially these here, which is really close to my land. And that's just very unfortunate for him that he left all his aircraft in that one city. I don't think that's all his aircraft, but that's a good chunk of them. I would like to destroy this destroyer so it doesn't pose a threat to my embarked units there, so I'm going to go ahead and nuke this one city as well. Oh, I just saw something. He's got 8 aircraft stationed in this city with... wow, a bunch of guided missiles. He could take out almost half of my forces here with these guided missiles if I don't do something about it. So, unfortunately for him, I'm going to have to nuke that one city as well. Get rid of all those guided missiles there. This is kind of going to give me a little view of what's going on in the rest of the continent as well, because when you nuke, it kind of opens up the shadows there, and you can see. Okay, I don't see any more aircraft. He does have a lot of units there, though. But like I said, he'll be losing units left and right because he's 271 in negative gold. That is, I'm not sure exactly how that works. I've gotten in the negative gold before, and as far as I could tell, you'd lose a unit every turn. I'm not sure if that's exactly how the mechanics of it work, but get rid of some of this. Let me get rid of. See, this is what would have happened to my embarked units if I hadn't destroyed all those guided missiles. All it takes is one guided missile to sink an embarked unit, and he had 8 of them, or 7 or 8 of them up in this city, and he could have sunk half of my land forces there with all those guided missiles. And you know, I'm not going to let that happen. These guys are too valuable. I'm also going to nuke here because I want to go ahead and do an amphibious invasion there. I believe I'll use this nuclear missile. This might be the first time I've ever used a nuclear missile. These guys, these nuclear missiles really have a extended range. That's awesome. I did want to nuke, before I forget, I did want to nuke, there's another atomic bomb here and a bunch of fighters. I did want to go ahead and nuke on this side as well. Okay, I see some more aircraft over here. Guided missiles once more. I'm gonna have to nuke them too. Wow, there's more. He's just got a lot of guided missiles, or he had a lot of guided missiles. Let me see what he's got here. Okay, these are guided missiles as well. I'm just gonna use this one here. And then I'm going to retreat with that submarine just in case. Okay, there's one more there. That's a guided missile. Okay, so it puts my submarines in danger, because even those guided missiles will even work if my submarine are under the ice, which is unfortunate. It's kind of not realistic, but that's how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and retreat with this submarine so I don't lose my nuclear missile there. I'm going to retreat out from the range of that guided missile, and these I really can't do anything with because there's just nowhere to go with them. I'll still be in range of something, so let me just go ahead and start my invasion here. I do have a lot of stealth bombers that I can wait, I'm gonna do one more thing before I forget. I'm gonna get rid of this submarine just so he doesn't try to retreat on me. Go back in that city or whatever, or try to take one of my units out, embark units there. This one I'll just use my destroyer to take out. That should be enough to where I can do an amphibious assault and conquer that city that way.